I think Tuesday. um, it has already been one hell of a week. I got a book today, which we're going to talk about in a minute because I will start reading that directly. And I did start with The Alloy of Law yesterday, but yeah, we'll come to that in a minute. I didn't find a new audiobook. I'm having a hard time at the moment finding audiobooks. A lot of the books on my shelves that I want to read, that I would like to listen to as an audiobook, I can't find on my library app, so yeah, they aren't. I mean, I get that not every book has an audiobook and you can't get all of them at the library, stuff like that, but it's annoying to be honest. Especially since some of the authors have like a lot of books out there, so I'm kind of astonished at how little my library has because I live in Berlin and you would think that because of the city Berlin is, that the libraries would have like a big selection when it comes to like audiobooks, but yeah, a lot of them just not there. But yeah, our floor came today and they delivered the wrong color of floor. So now our whole plan is out of the water. We probably can't do the floor on the weekend, which is annoying as fuck. Because they delivered a totally wrong color and we need the right color because the floor we have in this room we want to have in the whole downstairs, and so obviously we can't just lay another color in the other room. And they also delivered the wrong quantity because that floor that they delivered has less oh, what is the English word for that? Less like floor space in the packages. So yeah, that was kind of annoying. So I had to call customer support and they were nice, but they were only like medium helpful. Like we had to post pictures to them and stuff. I'm like, why? They delivered the wrong fucking thing. Why do I? Yeah. So hopefully that will work out. Somehow it's the second time that the store has delivered us the wrong stuff. The first time we picked the wrong stuff up at the location, but we didn't like look at it at the first floor actually that was in this, but that is in the rest of the apartment still and was in here as well. They delivered the wrong color and now they delivered the wrong color from the laminate. It's annoying and yeah, I'm a little bit annoyed at that because all of my plans are now not working out and yeah, I don't know. It sets the tone for the week, let's just say it as it is. So I started with the Alloy of Law and I am 50 pages in, so a bit. And I hate myself for saying this, but I know it's so unfair, but this book just doesn't give me the same feelings as the first three. And I know it's not really a fair comparison, but I don't know if it's just a me thing because I haven't read enough of those. But I find it weird to have guns in fantasy. I just prefer my fantasy to be more of the medieval kind of fantasy or have just magic. And I know that, I mean, all of these have like the metal magic, you know, the Furuchimi and the Elemency, you know, so it's not like metals weren't in there before, but I don't know, for me the guns just, it just feels off for me. I don't know why, but I will try to continue. I do want to read the series and I think it's just my head that I need to get through it. And also I feel like I don't love the main character right now, so I don't know. In general, the characters just feel a little bit off. I don't know. I will continue with it because I do need to get through it, but I'm kind of annoyed at myself for disliking it so quickly, which I feel like is just because I loved the first trilogy so much. I feel like I have a hard time giving this a proper try, and obviously that annoys me. And then the book I got today, which I bought myself from selling some clothes. I had a little bit of money over, so I bought myself a book with it, which I wanted to have since it came out, and that is called Whale Fall by Daniel Kraus. I've never read anything by him, but the story sounded so interesting. It's pretty much about a guy who goes diving and he gets swallowed up by a whale. He has an hour of air, and the book is about his trials and tribulation of trying to survive. And the thing is, I saw it compared online to The Martian, and One other and another book, you know. So I don't know what other book it was, but yeah, The Martian is one of the, like, it's a really really great sci-fi book, and I really loved that. So yeah, I thought I'd try this. So pretty much these two books is what I'm reading parallel this week, and hopefully I will get through both, which should be possible, but we'll see, because in 2 days, Horizon Forgotten West, is it the second Horizon part, comes out on Steam. So I will do a lot of gaming because I love that game. I didn't finish it, but I played it on PlayStation when it came out. I got myself the collector's edition because I'm a big fan of Aloy, the main character of the game. So I cosplayed her actually, which I was really proud of myself. It was my first and only cosplay up to this point, and I was really proud of it. But yeah, so that comes out on Steam, so I will probably put a lot of time in playing that game again. But yeah, so we'll hopefully I can get through quite a bit of these books. They aren't the like thickest books. They both are like a little bit over 300 pages, so it should be doable. But I don't know if I will like them, and that is kind of a problem. But yeah, we'll see. So that is how it's going right now. I'm still waiting on my grocery delivery today, which hopefully should be okay. But with our luck, we'll see. But yeah, so I'm now waiting for the groceries, and then I will see what the day holds. I mean, it is already afternoon. I edited Thursday's video. I need to do the thumbnail still and upload that for Thursday, and then yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Okay, let's do a quick evening check-in. It is getting late. Our groceries still have not been delivered, so hopefully, well, I would probably have to be up longer than I want to be, but yeah, hopefully they will come in the next hour. Technically, they can come till 10 o'clock, which normally I sleep at that point, but you know, we only had like a large time frame for the groceries to be delivered and not like a smaller one, which is annoying. But yeah, let's talk about some reading updates. Firstly, let's talk about Whalefall. I am, oh, what am I in? I'm 60 pages in, and it is interesting, though a little bit weirdly, because most chapters are like 1 or 2 pages, and they jump randomly between the past and the present. So yeah, pretty much the gist is that our main character, he pretty much had a bad relationship with his father. His father decides to die by suicide because he has cancer, and to prove himself and make his life better, he wants to go into the water and get the bones of his father back. And that is the point where I'm at now. But it is really interesting. I just don't know where it really will go and how the book will develop, you know. And then I read another like 50 pages of The Ally of Law. So I'm now at page 79, which means I actually did manage to read quite a bit. And I do think I'm warming up to the book. It is, you know, the guns are still kind of like, I'm getting used to that, but the main character, I'm warming up to him. The kind of weirdly like forced arranged marriage, whatever thingy, I think might be okay in like connected to the story. I don't know. I hate stuff like that, but I know that why it has to be in stories, you know. But yeah, the two main characters, the guys, I like a little bit more now, and then we also have one girl who is the cousin of the woman our main character is supposed to marry or wants to marry to make like an alliance between the houses. And her cousin is really interesting, so hopefully we will get more of her. But yeah, I'm getting into it. I'm like a third of the way through now. Yeah, well, a little bit less, but like I'm nearly a third of the way through. So I'm actually making more progress than I had hoped, which is nice. But yeah, I now want to listen to an audiobook. I'm still searching for one. I haven't found one yet. So I will update you tomorrow if I have found one, or if not, I will just watch YouTube videos, you know. But yeah, I will do that now. Hopefully the groceries will come, and then yeah, that's pretty much my evening for today. So let's talk about today's reading. I am 200 pages through the Alloy of Law, which is 2/3 of the book. And to be honest, I don't know what to think about the book. It gets better, but I feel like in comparison to the Mistborn trilogy, the first one, this is not as good and it's kind of disappointing. And to be totally honest, I loved the setting of the first trilogy more. So yeah, I don't know. I don't think it will ever be a favorite. It's not bad. It's just not as good as I wished it was, for me personally, to be honest. But yeah, the woman Rex is supposed to marry got kidnapped. They have found out why. They are investigating, and the cousin that came with the woman and the father to meet him is now helping them because she's studying criminology. Because of him, because she really admires him, and there's a whole other thing. To be honest, feelings and women and relationships are way too big in this one. I feel like for such a small book, there's too much quasi relationship talk in here. It's too much innuendos when it comes to like the feelings of the characters, you know. I feel like it wasn't that bad in the other Brandon Sanderson books, so I don't know why it is so much more seemingly in here. But yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of that, obviously, you know that. So yeah, we'll see. I mean, I have another 100 pages left, and then obviously I have the next two still. But yeah, I'm not exactly disappointed because I thought that something like this might happen. I am much more of a like medieval fantasy reader, or like epic fantasy, I think you would call that, you know. And this is much more of like a steampunk fantasy, I feel like. And to be honest, it's not a favorite of mine. Let's just say it like it is. So, and then I got a new audiobook, which I put myself on the waitlist for, and I just got that. So I will listen to that, which I probably won't like, but I will give it another try. And that is The Atlas 6 by Olivia Blake. I tried reading this. I started it. I don't know how far in I got, but yeah, I stopped at some point because I wasn't that big of a fan. So I will try this one as an audiobook again. But it's the first time I'm trying the audiobook, but I will try the book again, this time as an audiobook. Maybe that works better for me. If not, I will just DNF it. But it's then one less book on the bookshelves, you know? So that is pretty much the plan for the evening. I just read my 100 pages, so I will now listen to the audiobook, do some nonograms, the app thing I always do on my tablet. I will keep you updated to whether I will make it through this or not. To be honest, I'm expecting not to make it through it. We're already doing a quick update. I DNF'd the Atlas 6. I listened to the first 20 minutes and just the bickering between the two main characters pretty much is so childish and annoying, and I know that it will continue throughout the book because I did read a little bit more the first time I tried it. I cannot deal with that. I'm not up for that. I hate it. I don't know why we let adults bicker like that. I don't know. I don't think it's enjoyable to read, and I won't torture myself with that. So I am officially DNFing the Atlas 6. I have no interest to read that. So I gave that back for the people waiting on the waitlist. And now I'm searching for a new book. So hopefully I will find one other sooner than later. But we'll see. But yeah, I just thought I'd update you directly because I just cannot deal with that book. I'm sorry. So yeah. I will see you tomorrow with an update on the new book I hopefully will be able to find. Okay. Ooh. Dog toys all the way everywhere. Yeah. Let's do a quick update. I finished The Alloy of Law. I'm not happy with it, to be honest. I feel like it feels a little bit like a cheapened version for me. compared to the first trilogy, but maybe it's just not fair to compare them. Also, I don't know if I'm the biggest fan of steampunk, because this feels like steampunk, specifically. And I don't know if I love it, to be honest. I haven't read many books with the topic. This might be actually the only one. Well, except for maybe the Dark Tower, if you could call that steampunk as well. But yeah, I don't know if I love it. But I felt like it got better towards the end, so maybe part 2 and part 3 of the trilogy will actually be better in my opinion. So yeah, we'll see. I gave it 3.5 stars. Like, it's not a bad book, but there's a lot of room for improvement in my opinion, personally. Also, I didn't love the whole love triangle ishy thing. I don't know. I felt that was really unnecessary for the story, to be honest. But yeah, other than that, it's actually kind of nice to be back in the world where now, you know, they are kind of seen as gods, and I am interested to see where the series is going, so that is actually nice. But yeah, I would have wished, I don't know, I would have wished I liked it better, to be honest. But I think, I don't know, I think I'm much more of like a epic fantasy kind of person in comparison to like steampunky stuff. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see how it goes once I continue with, I think, the Bands of Mourning. I'm not quite sure. Hmm. I will have to look it up. I don't know if it's the Band of Mourning or a Shadow of Self. I'm not sure if I put them in the right order on the shelf, you know. But yeah, I finished it, which is the important part. And then today, let's be honest, I'm only gonna play Horizon. I got it like it released yesterday. I played a lot yesterday. I'm planning to play the whole day today, now that I'm off work and finished my reading. So yeah, no more reading for me today, just gaming, to be honest. But yeah, tomorrow morning when I get up and I have like my 2.5 hours of reading in the morning on Saturdays, I will pick up Whalefall. Hopefully I can finish it. To be honest, I'm 60 pages in, and the book is, I think, yeah, 300 pages. So there might be a chance that I'm able to finish it. So that is the plan for tomorrow, to finish Whalefall and to do a lot of gaming, to be honest. And yeah, also we got word that our flooring is coming on Tuesday now, so we can actually lay it down next Saturday. So we're only 1 week behind, which is fine, you know. So yeah, I will see you tomorrow with the new reading update, and I will go and do some gaming now. So let's talk about the disappointment that, well, Whalefall has been. I finished this morning. Actually, it's a really, really, really quick read, because at some point we have like pages where there's only one sentence on a page, a little bit like this, which I'm not a fan, to be honest. The whole book is off. Let me just tell you that. I bought this because it was advertised as a horror book in comparison with The Martian from like a science standpoint, and yeah, that it's somebody that gets swallowed by a whale, and yeah, the book is supposed to be like the horror thriller type of thing, how he gets out. In reality, it is a little bit of like a coming of age thingy, where our main character is a teenager. He's like in his late teens, and he dives to get the remains of his father, who died by suicide in the ocean. And he does that because his father like really abused him throughout all of his childhood, like verbally, mentally abused him. I think not so much physically, but like all the other types of abuse, kind of everything that has nothing to do with like physical contact. And everybody is pretty much telling him how bad of a person he is, because he made like this big impression of all the other people, but he treated his son like shit his whole life. And even his mom and his sisters make him out to be the bad one, because he didn't go to the funeral, and he spent the last 2 years, like from age 15 to 17, out of the house, because he just couldn't stand living with his father anymore, and he didn't want to reconcile with the father once his father got cancer, which is why he chose to die by suicide. And that is pretty much what the book is about. Like, halfway through, he gets swallowed by the whale. There's nothing really horrifying about it. Like, even the descriptions of the bad things happening aren't really that horrifying, even though he's supposed to get squashed by the whale. I mean, the science might be accurate. I can't tell you about that because, to be honest, I don't know much about marine life, but he really describes the inside of the whale. And we switch pretty much every chapter, every other chapter, we switch between the past and the present. And it's really just a book about managing grief when everybody in your life tells you you are bad for deciding to not have contact with the tormentor of your life. Everybody in here is horrible. The teen is really confused about his life because everybody around him is just a horrible person to him for some reason, just because he's he. And he didn't live up to his father's dreams of a son, and that is a bad thing, apparently. It really sucks. It's not what it's promising to be. It is definitely more of a teen novel, I feel like. I don't feel like it's an adult book, to be honest. Yeah, there are, like, maybe, like, bad things happening. I mean, he gets squashed and burned in the stomach of the whale, but nothing, like, horrible happening. There's really no suspense. The book is rather boring. The people all suck. It's a really weird book. I gave it 2 stars because I feel like if I would have gone with the exception, like with the expectation that it was a teen novel and that it's a book about grief and then the way things happen, I think it's not that horrible of a book, but it is not at all what was promised. And so yeah, it sucks, to be honest. I didn't enjoy it. I paid 20 euros for a book that actually wasn't good at all, sadly. Yeah, I don't think I will try anything else from the author. I wasn't impressed with how he wrote the novel, and just, I don't know, I feel like if you promise things, you should at least keep them in some sense of the way, you know. But yeah, that means I finished another book. I can focus the rest of the day on gaming and playing more Horizon. I'm having the time of my life. I love that game so much, so that is what I will be doing. And then, as a quick preview to next week's reading, I will read the Temperance Balance series, the next one, Break No Bones by Casey Rice, and then the second one in the Mistborn trilogy, the second is Shadow of Self. So these 2 hopefully will be next week's reads, and then we'll go from there. I am still waiting for some audiobooks that I put myself on the wishlist for, on the waitlist for. All of them are books that I also have physically because I need to start to listen to some of them that I have on my shelves because I'm not making enough progress with my physical TBR, which sucks. So yeah, I need to do that because I do need to get it under 200 at the end of the year, and at the moment it's not looking good. So we'll see how that goes, but yeah, these 2 will be in next week's vlog. And with that, I will end this week's vlog. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're having a great reading time, and hopefully I will see you in the next one.